If you are trying to tell the citizens to please reconsider and stop protesting, I think the best thing you should do is to go back to Tinubu and tell him, see, listen to these people. Why we are protesting, the things we are demanding is not something that you cannot achieve. It's achievable. What we are demanding is achievable, but it seems that people think that this is not achievable and they are waiting for 10 days to end. Hey, that is the biggest mistake, because we are not backing down after the 10 days. The protest is not stopping after the 10 days. The protest will start after the 10 days, because that is the mistake Tinubu is trying to make. They are telling him, calm down. These people, after the 10 days, the protest is going to end. Whoever believes this protest is going to end after the 10 days, you are making a terrible mistake. We took time to prepare for this protest, right? And we have the capacity to sustain the protest for good 1 year. For good 1 year, if Tinubu wants it to be like this, there will not be economic activities in Nigeria for 1 year. Let's see who is going to affect. The citizens have been suffering before. The citizens have been dying before. It's not a new thing. Suffering is not a new thing. Anything that we could go through now, or what we are going through now, is not a new thing to the people. Hunger is not a new thing to the people. So the people are resolute. The people are ready. Anybody thinking that this protest is going to end after the 10 days is wasting his time. But you know what? This protest could end tomorrow. The condition is we have a demand. What we are asking is something that the country is supposed to be happy that they have citizens who are asking for these things. Now, Nigeria don't have the people's constitution. Nigeria is only the so-called democratic country in the world that don't have the people's constitution. The constitution we have as a people is a constitution that was written by only two people. Two people wrote the constitution in 1999 when the military was about to hand over to the civilians. It was a military constitution, and the constitution has been causing problems in Nigeria. The constitution has been a source of conflict, a source of, I don't know the adjective I will use to qualify what the constitution have caused Nigerians. And the Nigerians have said, come on, scrap this constitution and have the people's constitution. Have you ever seen a constitution where you don't have like a clause for a referendum? Look at the countries of the world today. When you look at Spain, Portugal, Italy, France, these are Roman empires. No country live together in peace when they are so heterogeneous. They can live in confederation. They can live as brothers. Let me tell you, if you come to Nigeria today, you will understand that even Nigerians love like Ghanaians, people from Benin Republic, Cameroon, more than different tribes they have in the country because of, bigotry. Politicians use religion, everything to divide us. And that is so unfortunate. Now, we said they should scrap the constitution and have the people's constitution. It's not a bad thing that citizens are demanding, and the president is keeping quiet. The president is keeping quiet. They are playing with the wrong generation, because as far as I'm concerned, with what I'm seeing on ground here, the protests have not started. People are just warming up. People are testing the microphone. With what I am seeing, the protests in Nigeria have not started. And now, after, scrapping the constitution, people demanded that the cost of governance in Nigeria is too much, that they should scrap the Senate. We said they should scrap the Senate. Senate is not doing anything in Nigeria. Scrap the Senate. Now, there have been insecurity situation in the southeast and the north. We said the insecurity situation in the north is more or less political, because Commissioner of Police in Zamfara told us that a House of Assembly member was caught, who is a member of a terrorist gang called the Herdsmen. The local government chairman was caught, a member of the, so the insecurity in the north is political, and we advise the president to go and do something and negotiate it. Then in the southeast, we said he should release Nnamdi Kanu. That if you release Nnamdi Kanu, the situation in the southeast will be solved. Now, everything we are saying, everything we are doing, it seems that this government are just keeping it on. Now, Nigeria is one of the oil producing countries in the world. We produce oil, we have crude oil in our area, we have, so many oil wells. But you know what? Nigeria still have 4 refineries now. many modular refineries, but our politicians are sabotaging the refineries to make sure the refineries will not work, so that they will keep on importing fuel. We have fuel, we have crude oil, we have refinery, but we can't refine our petroleum product, and the citizens are paying dearly for it. We are paying dearly for it. We are buying for 1,200 naira per liter. We have the fuel in our country. We have the refineries in our country. You know what these people did? They looted our money. They looted our money and they went into other foreign countries and they built their own refinery. They built their own refinery. They said they are subsidizing fuel, paying subsidy to themselves. They are paying subsidies to their family. They sabotage the refinery. They frustrate every refinery in Nigeria to make sure it will not work again. And we are saying this fuel must be, bring to 200. We want the fuel price to be 200 per liter. If you can't do that, resign honorably. If you can't do that, resign honorably. Nobody forced you to become a president. Nobody forced you. You forced yourself and said it is your turn. The time is now. The people should be able to stand strong. See, for so long, we have been in bondage in Nigeria. The politicians have leveraged on our weakness to impoverish us, but the time is now. History have demonstrated that the citizens can topple the government when they refuse to deliver the dividends of democracy for a very long period of time. For a very long period of time, we have been suffering in this Nigeria. Politicians are doing everything necessary. Unfortunately, Nigerian politicians don't believe in Nigeria. I said this time without number. People don't understand what I'm saying. Nigerian politicians, they don't believe in Nigeria. When I mean these people don't believe in Nigeria, I mean they know the country is not working. They know the country will not work. These people loot our money. They build, a so-called hospitals for us. Their children cannot go to the hospital. They themselves cannot go to the hospital. They build so-called schools all around the corner. The schools don't have facilities. The schools cannot train their children. They send their children abroad. They go to abroad, medical care abroad, everything abroad. And they leave the poor masses to go through the substandard schools, hospitals they built for them. They stole our money. They built hospitals abroad. The presidents have never treated himself in the country. The vice president have never treated himself in the country. The minister of health, who has the portfolio of health, don't go to public hospital. Then how do you want the country to go? How do you want the country to become a better country? How do you want things to go better? Now, Tinubu is begging traditional rulers. He's begging the pastors, the emirs, the imams, that they should talk to the people. People should stop coming to the street. People should go to their various homes, that enough is enough. This protest is enough. The protest cannot solve the situation. And I am waiting to see traditional rulers who will be coming out vocal to tell the people to stop the protest, so that we'll come after such people. Because it's so unfortunate that all these traditional rulers in their domains, they are terrorists who are killing their people. Their people can no longer go to the farm. There have been series of insecurity in their homes. They have never gathered together and go to their surok and talk to Mr. President. Our people are dying. This is what is going on in our area. They have never one day gathered themselves and said, let's go to Abuja and complain. They are complaining that our people are dying. People are no longer going to the farm. People are not planting. Nothing is going on. Absolutely nothing. And the only thing they could do is to gather themselves. They go to Abuja because Tinubu want to ask them to stop the protesters. That is why they gathered. Unfortunately, they did not remember that these people have been dying. These people have been suffering. So many people are not able to feed their homes because of the high cost of living. They can't buy tomato. How much is minimum wage? 70,000. 70,000 cannot afford one bag of rice. This is unfortunate that a teacher in the lowest grade in Nigeria cannot train his or her daughter in the, like in medical schools in Nigeria, because they pay as much as 500, 600,000 school fees. Some private schools in Nigeria pay up to 2 million. That is to say that your 2 years salary cannot pay the school fees of your children. Things are absolutely going wrong in Nigeria. No one cares. No one seems to talk. People are not talking. And I am saying this for a fact that, let me tell you, these protests have not started. If Tinubu think that maybe after the 10 days, he's not quiet, he's not even talking. Akpabio said he will be at home, right? Akpabio said he will be at home eating. Why people that will be protesting, he will be at home eating. No problem. You will continue to eat there forever. We don't want to see you in the Senate floor any longer. We don't want to see Akpabio in the Senate floor any longer. Let him continue to eat at home. That people will be protesting because of hardship. They'll say let people who are protesting be protesting, that will be at home eating. Let him continue to eat. Let him not come back to the Senate chamber any longer. The people are waiting for him. And it seems that Tinubu don't want to stay at Aso Rock any longer. It is time for Tinubu must go protest. It is time for Tinubu must go protest. These people don't mean well for us. These people don't mean well for our children. These people don't mean well for our generation. They don't care what. See, they are only interested about themselves and the next election. They are not interested in your future. They don't have plan for the future for us. No plan at all. We have been suffering. We have been going through all sorts of things. We can't even breathe. Do you think that people who are in diaspora are happy? People who live abroad, Nigerians, they are not happy. There is nothing like your own. You live in your ancestral home. There is nothing like that. Tinubu is going to face the greatest civil resistance of his life. This is a man that they told us during the June 12 that they fought for democracy. I have disputed the fact that these people never fought for democracy. The people, they were fighting for power. And this is the power they have been fighting for. They got it. They got it. These people don't know anything about democracy. And democracy cannot work in Africa. We are just deceiving ourselves. We are playing games with our future, our generation. Democracy cannot work in Africa because Africans have another system of life. People cannot vote. If you vote, your vote will not count. Nothing just work in the country any longer. And I want Nigerians to know that they have a right as a citizen. If 80% of Nigeria will realize the right they have as a citizen, Nigeria is going to tumble in 1 week. We don't even know. We don't even know anything about what it means to be a citizen. How can you say you are a citizen, you are unable to pay school fees in a federal university, and they did not allow you to write the exam? Where does that happen? Where does that happen? Where? That we are slaves in our ancestral home, we are not citizens. We are slaves in our ancestral home, we are not citizens. And every now and then, I used to tell Nigerians that, let me tell you, a slave is not someone that they tie chain around his neck. A slave is not someone that maybe they put into prison. And a prisoner is not someone who is in the cell, police detention, or in the prison yard. The prison we Nigeria have is a mental prison. It's a mental slavery. We have been psycho-conditioned to believe that this is the way of life. Many people from Nigeria who keep on defending this bad government, who don't even know anything what it means to be in a country that works, they have not traveled. If you talk to them, it seems that this is a strange thing to them because they have never experienced what it means to be in a working country. Since they were born up till now, they have never been in a working country. They have never lived in a working country. And they believe that this is the way of life. That the way Nigeria is now, that is the way of life. It's time for us to emancipate ourselves. As a citizen of a country, hospitals. You are entitled to go to public hospitals. You understand? But I gave you a story at the time. I had an accident and I was taken to the hospital. The doctor said I must pay deposit before they will treat me. I am talking about a public hospital, the government hospital. They said I should pay before they start treating me. And I was bleeding to death already. And you call yourself a Nigerian. You say you're a citizen. That is not a citizen. That's a slave. It's just like when you are in a country, even though you are in another man's country, you don't have documents, you are not documented, you're an undocumented immigrant, they will take your health serious. But Nigeria don't. Do you know how many northern children who are dying of malnutrition? People are dying of malnutrition in midst of abundance of money, in the midst abundance of, abundance of so many things, we are still dying. What is going on? It is time for us to arise now or never. Now or never. If Nigerians don't understand what is going on now, if Nigerians don't understand what is going on now, they will not understand again. If we don't understand what is going on now, we will not understand again. Now, the CDS, the chief of staff, just made a revelation, a shocking revelation that there will be a military intervention. You hear that? The chief of defense staff just made a statement that there will be military intervention if this escalate, if this protest continue. Someone is asking question already, what kind of military intervention? Are military coming to take over? I don't know. He said there will be military intervention. But you see, what I want people to understand is that we don't have a country. We don't have a country as it stands because Nigeria has failed when you put it in a scale of what it means to be a country. Nigeria has failed. It's a failed country already. It's a failed country. And that is why we are not backing down. We are not giving up on the struggle. We are not leaving the streets. Someone should tell these people, Tinubu, who are thinking that after 10 days we are going to go inside. The protest is just 10 days protest. No problem. Let's have patience. After the 10 days, we'll come out and address the nation. Life will continue. Hey, you people are making the worst mistake of your time. This protest, we have the capacity to sustain it for 1 year. How many people are you going to arrest? Send your talks. Let your talks keep on coming. You will be exhausted of your torture. You've not understand what we prepared for. You don't even know. See, in this generation that we have decided that we are not going to do anything that is contrary to the law, contrary to the natural justice and equity. Politicians don't fear people who carries gun. They don't fear people that make trouble, but they fear people that will stand up for their right in the ambit of the law. And that is where we stand for. We don't mean harm, we don't want crisis, we don't want violence, but we are going to bring Tinubu and his government to their feet. We are going to do that. And there is nothing that will happen. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that will happen. There is nothing that they can do. Absolutely nothing. How many people are you going to arrest? And time will come. I thank the lawyers who are really trying their possible best. Everybody that was arrested today have been released. What an awesome news. I really thank our lawyers. But you see what? From Saturday, anybody that will be arrested, we all will go to that police cell or we all will go to that prison. Yeah? We all will go there because the time is now. Now, there is something that these people don't know, that no matter how good you are as a dancer, it is very important to know when to leave the stage. I want Nigerians to know that we can do this. We can do this. We can bring these people to book. We will subject them into submission. We want things to get better. We don't want people to keep on dying. We want them to respect the constitution. We want them to change this useless constitution. We want them to change it. Everything we have been agitating right from time we end with this protest. These protests have not started. Someone should take this to the bank. These protests have not started. And when these protests will start, everybody go the wrong kiti kata kata, including Tinubu himself. These protests have not started. Anybody waiting for us to end the protest after 10 days, the person is just deceiving himself. See, many Nigerians they have fear of government. When you fear the government, you know that there is tyranny. You know that there is oppression. But when government fear the people, you know that there is liberation. You know that there is liberty. And it is time for us to subject government into fearing her citizens. Why should I be afraid of someone they call the president? Why should I be afraid of a governor? Why should I be afraid? Why do you keep on clapping for people who are oppressing you? You keep clapping for people who are making sure that things is not going to get better for you. You keep on clapping for people who embezzle the money that they're supposed to use to tide your road, build good hospitals for you. We keep on clapping for these bad folks. If only you know what these people have done for us. Where are their children? Their children don't live in this country. As I said before, it is because these people know that this country is not working and this country is not going to work. These people know. They keep their children out of the scene. And they are here playing a very dangerous game to the detriment of me and you. And some people are still sitting in the comfort of their home. It is not going to happen. The time is now. History has demonstrated that government officials have been removed. History has demonstrated that presidents have been done. See, another problem I have with the African politicians is that they don't like to resign. They don't like to resign. It's either they die on power, or maybe they remove them through coup, or another thing happen. They don't like to tender their resignation when things are failing. It is obvious things are failing. It is obvious things are not working. What will stop this president to resign? It is his term. He can't resign. But if it is in the Western country, you see a president will tender his resignation because things are not working well, he will resign. But these people can't do that. They can't resign. They are like a demigod. But their power will stop where our own rise. And the time has come. The weakness of the citizen is the strength of the oppressors. The oppressed are the reason why the oppressors are having muscles. We are the reason why they are oppressing us. We are the reason why they are oppressing us. Tinubu have the opportunity now to make history, to be the greatest person have ever lived in Nigeria. Let me tell you something. If Tinubu know the opportunity he have now, he will utilize it. If I am the president of Nigeria at this moment, I have the opportunity to put my name in a platter of gold. You know what I'm going to do? See this constitution? I will just order them to scrap this constitution and have a new constitution where there will be a referendum, where people will decide whether they will live in this country or not. If he can do that, he will put his name in the book of life. Secondly, people have been clamoring about the illegal detention of so many people like Nnamdi Kanu, and that has been causing insecurity in Southeast. What does it take to let this man go? Let him go. He will put his name in the book of life. What will it take Tinubu to bring down fuel to 200 and say his name in the book of life? What will it take him to do that? But people are there deceiving him. We are going to handle this. We are going to handle that. Nothing is happening. You people are this. Don't worry. These people, they are always complaining. We will handle them. They keep on telling lies to these people. They keep on telling lies to these people. But you know what? When someone is angry, don't doubt what the person can do. Nigerians are angry. Nigerians are angry, and this time around, there is no going back. Tinubu have the best opportunity now to be the greatest president that have ever lived. Give the people opportunity to decide whether they will stay in this contraption or not. Reduce fuel to 200, for God's sake. This is our natural resources coming from our country. We have refinery. Do the sacrifice and stop sabotaging our commonwealth. That is what we are expecting from this man. Tinubu have the best opportunity that tomorrow they will say this man is the best man Nigeria have ever had. Tinubu have the opportunity now. And people are deceiving him. And I am urging Tinubu, take the courage and scrap this useless constitution. Give referendum to the people. Take the courage, bring fuel to 200. Inflation, see, Nigeria is a fuel control economy. Let me explain what I mean. A fuel control economy is that when the fuel goes up, everything goes up. You want to buy food, commodities, transport, flight ticket, bus, everything will go up. Nigeria works on fuel economy. So this is a very simple thing, a common sense. What will it take? You are paying subsidy, billions of naira. You are paying more than Buhari, and your fuel is more expensive than Buhari's fuel. So pay this fuel subsidy, return fuel to like 100 naira, 200, or even like 300. when you return fuel to 200, every inflation that has been skyrocketing will diminish. It will diminish. Just one day it will diminish. The flight ticket will be cheap. The commodities in the market will be cheap. Everything will be cheap. Yeah. But unfortunately, I don't think he have the courage to do that. It takes courage to be a successful leader. It takes courage to break through what people think you can't. It takes courage and disappointing people to rule a country like Nigeria. Tinubu is not ready to disappoint people because people took him there. I think someone like INEC chairman should be ashamed of himself. All those judges who saw what was wrong with the elections and they supported the illegality, I think they should be ashamed of themselves at this moment. They should be ashamed of themselves. So what I'm trying to say is that someone should tell this man, oh, he has the opportunity to be the greatest man that have ever lived in Nigeria. He still have the opportunity before things will go wrong. This chief of defense staff said there will be a military intervention. That is what the CDS said. Sorry. So the CDS said that there will be a military intervention. We don't really know what, we are unable to decode what he's saying. But as far as I'm concerned, I will continue to say it. Tinubu has the opportunity to be the greatest man that have ever lived in Nigeria. And nature have given him the opportunity to change the constitution and kill the people referendum. They continue to stop insecurity by releasing Nnamdi Kanu and negotiating with the politicians who are sponsoring insecurity in the northern part of the country. Because right from time, we know that in the northern Nigeria, politicians are sponsoring insecurity. Buhari told Goodluck Jonathan, and I was aware, and I can see that back then, in 2013, 2014, say if you kill Boko Haram again, if you fight Boko Haram again, it's a fight against the north. That is what Buhari told Goodluck Jonathan. If you fight Boko Haram again, it's a fight against the north. On September 15, 2021, yes, September 15, 2021, United Arab Emirates released 6 names of people who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. The Nigerian government under Muhammadu Buhari swept it under the carpet. The citizens have been keeping quiet. And let me tell you, when you go to Benue, Plateau, Borno, these are the states in Nigeria where terrorists are in charge. So when we say that Nigeria don't have a government, we are not trying to blaspheme or speak fallacy. It's a known fact that terrorists are leading some part of this country. Terrorists are collecting taxes from the citizens of this country. And most terrorists are not Nigerians. They are people who invaded the country. They chased away people from their ancestral homes. Many of them came with cattle into the country. They settle close to River Benue because the grasses there cannot wither because of the river. They chase people out there. The only people who decide to stay, they are subjected under the captivity of these bandits. They pay taxes to them. They use them for hard labor. You cannot go to the farm without paying taxes to these bandits. This is what is going on in Nigeria and the international community, and so many media organizations in Nigeria. They don't have the courage to report something like this. They don't have the courage to report something like this. How can it be in Benue State that people are in IDP camps when Nigerians are not fighting war? How can it be? How can it be in a sovereign nation like Nigeria, terrorists are collecting taxes from the people? How can it be? How can it be that in a so-called democratic nation that people don't know what it means to have a government? The primary responsibility of government is the protection of lives and property. How can it be that governments are unable to protect the lives of her citizens, and they feel as if nothing is going on? They don't mind what happened. They don't care about what is going on. They don't even see this I don't care attitude is what is going to scatter this country. I don't care attitude. 100 people died yesterday. Last week, 200 people died. The other day, ambush, 30 people died. Government, no statement. But we can see from around the world, the countries like Israel, America, Italy, Germany, come and kill their citizens, only 2. Kill 2 of their citizens. And your domain will regret ever trying that. But here, we are not citizens. Everything boils to that. We are not citizens. And the right of what it means to be a citizen is not something that we have enshrined. Because if we have the right of a citizen, and that is the right we are fighting for now, that is what we are fighting for now. If we have the right of a citizen, everything is going to change.